point? Like, just...
It sounded violent. I was like, oh, here we go.
It did sound violent.
Maybe we should line something up for the Boister in case one finally kills her someday.
Whoever got her for Secret Santa, you should just buy her like a first aid kit.
That's a good idea.
Should buy her a helmet.
No, you're better. You should buy her one of like. You should buy her one of those like the bubbles.
Oh yeah.
I don't think. Wait, I mean,
Boy,
that's because my desk is small.
Her arms just stick out. That's how she plays.
Yep.
Yeah, then she get another hand injury.
I don't like this.
Can't have anything outside
This
the
is mod
bubble.
review, not my lifestyle review.
I don't know, dude.
I glean a lot from your lifestyle based on how you play.
Listen, okay. If we ever want to like acknowledge my worst injury, I ran into a tree and got a stick stuck in my forehead. I have a scar from that. That's my crowning achievement. Worst injury to date,
I had a hole in my chin.
other than the stitches.
Some kid pushed me into a pool, and I slammed my chin on the side concrete there.
If it makes you feel any better, I've literally been dropped on my head as a child, so.
I was thrown into a
I
tree.
mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's been dropped on my head as a child.
No, I was never dropped. I was just thrown.
Alright, are we ready? Are we ready
Yeah.
to review not our injuries, but this injury you caused me by watching your VODs?
But Cater's lifestyle.
It wasn't that bad.
Ouch.
Okay, I'm gonna call out who I'm tagging
Hey,
on.
this mod wasn't that bad.
Alright, they're running goats, Dave, what's it? Oh, no,
there
no,
were
Genji.
some improvements. There are also some thunkers.
Oh yeah.
We'll,
Probably
we'll
not
try
for me.
to we'll try to be better about calling out both.
The good and the bad.
I had quite a few thunkers this game.
Just pretend like that Winston was me, and you can yell at me for when he does some questionable dives.
Or all the flame charges.
I will say there are some things that he does that I think you could pick up and incorporate, but like, yeah, to your point, he definitely makes some mistakes. But like, there are things.
I'll put it this way. He's very decisive and he commits, which
Yeah.
I feel like you struggle with a lot.
Yeah.
And like the times where he like super commits and you guys follow up are probably your best fights.
And I think one of the things you guys probably notice, especially on Busan, is probably how much faster some of the fights felt, where like things were actually dying. Of like the tank, like your main tank committing and people actually like following him in.
Because you're kind of forced to, because it's like, well, otherwise he's dead. So, hey, it turns out, committing to shit. You can all be stupid, but if you're stupid together, you get things done.
Yeah, even if a few people get picked, like you were still winning some of those. But yeah, I think Busan, by far, I want to say, had some really, really, really solid moments.
Yep.
You guys taking the feedback that we gave
I'm gonna dive
you
in.
like last week and putting it into play, and hopefully it felt different for you, because like watching it, I was like, keep going, keep going.
Right. Alright, we ready?
Yeah.
Alright.
In 3,
Is it playing?
2, 1.
Yep.
Alright. He jumps in, he splits.
Go. I'm not break low. Winston low. Right.
Oh yeah.
Both, well, Cater did it right there too, but this is something we wanted to get on you about tags, where you would bash people to safety. In this case, the Reinhardt.
Yeah.
And like I told you, there's a good point where like if you could figure out where it is, you flail with Brig, and that's how you secure kills faster because it's an animation cancel. But
It's not like a free-for-all DPS ability.
yeah.
What was it?
And
It's the same thing. It's the same thing on Lucio. Like with Lucio Boop, it's really similar in that sense too.
yep, it's a great like killing blow, but if you do it too early, you tend to save people more often than you kill them.
Or if you really want to flail them for the DPS and you know it's not going to kill them, try to flail them into
To
like
your team or like in a worse
into a
position.
team. Yeah.
Go.
Break down the shield. Break down the shield.
Nah.
Kill the witch. Kill the monkey. But Ryan, I can talk.
Back up, take point, back up, take
But
point.
you guys got the first pick, so they're backing out.
It's on point.
Yeah, just in front.
And that was really good how Lines kept like pushing in and he pushed them further back. He didn't full commit, but he just applied pressure to the main tank and they had to retreat.
Just tag stay on their DPS.
Yeah, I got you.
They're on his front lining for some
Yeah,
reason.
so here, I'd say probably Diva and Winston. Lines is a little more like, cause he's like trying to get a flank jump on them, so maybe not in this situation. But I would say Diva probably like sit up on high ground a little bit, just so you can kind of pressure them from a slightly different angle, and they like force them to pay attention to you.
Right. There, you can
They're
also
all
you could have also like when we talked about going through this map before how we would stage further up like at this area. And you guys do it eventually, but like
I think
Like-
they just finished capping though.
yeah. They're just pushing back in.
14%.
As soon as our Winston dies,
You guys and it kinda works out because they end up rotating anyway.
On train.
Yeah, I think they're coming trains.
The thing is like, cause like they
Yeah.
didn't get a clean
Like
team
last-
wipe the first
Going,
fight,
going, going.
Speed.
able to come
I'm on
back
break again,
sooner,
break,
and I
break,
think the
break again,
Tracer
break again.
was on the point,
Yeah.
contesting it.
I don't have
Okay,
trans.
so if I recall here,
We
tag
gotta
Hugo
make
in a
sure
little
the
wait,
Anthony-
like you go in too hard.
I don't have trans.
Back
So
it up
here
a bit.
is
Break
here
again,
is
break again,
one
break
of
again.
the first of many times in which A, you guys do not pay attention to anti-nade, and B, do not respect the Reinhardt.
I don't have trans.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we're eating the anti-nades.
Okay. We can
I feel like they nano their Reinhardt like literally every time.
Oh yeah, and then also their Anna never dies.
Yeah.
Okay, so they just use nano. They just use.
Please, please,
Blade, they
please
just
learn to
use
eat
Aegis, is that what it is?
anti-nades.
Okay, so they're
Or
probably
shield,
gonna be
or
going up on
hold up your shield against them, or
ground
bubble
and
them, or.
we have pulse, so,
Yes.
So
I
yeah,
was gonna
so
say
Cater,
trans,
I know you're
but-
not like a diva main, but if you are gonna play diva in like this goats comp,
I'm gonna
that's
go
like
on
something
the,
you definitely have to learn.
Yeah, I gotta work on it.
And you know, you have the resource.
Oh yeah, Liar's a great,
Zarya.
like great
Original
diva.
where Zarya is 3, 2, 1, go.
One of the best.
Zarya's by herself.
That's a pretty hard commit.
I have trans.
But remember, let me see. Where's he split? He splits a Zarya.
He's in the stairs. I think.
Yeah. I want to see like who he splits, and I think he
I'm
splits the
gonna go
Zarya
on
here.
The Zarya.
I'm getting a whole lot of feedback from you, Freddy. Like the sound.
Oh. See? Is it better?
Well, let me play again.
Original where Zarya is 3, 2, 1, go.
He
Go,
can
go,
also
go,
jump the
go,
Zarya.
Go in. I have trans.
I'm low.
Yeah, I have health package too. I'm gonna rally here.
Okay.
It's not like it wasn't like the greatest jump ever,
Go get him,
but like the fact that he forces you guys to follow up.
Run low.
We're in grab.
And whoever was on point just probably should not have been there.
Yeah.
Tasering all.
That's really good, though.
This is
Nice.
huge. Yeah, this is huge.
Your grab bombs are on point the whole night.
Grab bombs are really on point, but the stun shatter needs a lot of work.
Yep. And again, it's a new tank, but like, one of you needs to take the responsibility of like being the person on the count,
Winston, can you take this balcony right here?
because I think you guys would trade it back and forth, and you guys would never get into a timing sync.
Just hold this corner.
So also, one other thing on that note, so not just the stun shatter from your side, but you should expect it from the other side as well, especially if they're running Rhine.
Yeah.
So, like, even if you have a Reinhardt, I would, like, especially if you're running, like, if you're on Brig or Zarya, so Burger and Tags, I would actually consider it your responsibility to block the shatter if you can, and to pay attention to it, because Ryan will probably get stunned, and he won't be able to help you and block it.
Very,
And it's
very much
about-
on Kings Row, for example, their Rhine just like shit all over lines.
And so, like, it's not always like you can't rely on the Rhine Shield to be your primary source of like dealing with shatter or countering it. The to do that, like in terms of having the resources to do it, would be Zarya and Brig. So just like be because their Rhine, yeah, like definitely on King's Row, basically had shatter every single fight. And like more you play goats, the more you'll realize like that's possible. And because they're chasing you guys so hard all the way into spawn, and they're actually getting team kills every time. And it's not just like all means that he's building a lot of his ult every single fight. So just like kind of being aware of like if the other team is pushing at that kind of pace, like assume that Ryan has shatter.
And save the appropriate cooldowns for it.
And like don't rely on your Reinhardt to block it, and be careful where you're on top of the cart for instance, like you're gonna get shattered because you're not on the ground.
Another random, more advanced trick for whoever plays D.Va, if you're playing like goats, and I guess this would be Cater. But if you notice the Brig is like coming up to stun your Reinhardt until like until the bash change goes through. If you notice her, you can actually boost and like take the bash for your Reinhardt. That way his shield doesn't drop.
Okay.
Because you have like way more options to like safely escape getting bashed than almost any other hero does.
And then you'll also still be with your team, so you can kind of just step behind the shield as long as it's still up.
Just wait.
Nah. But you guys take position, which is dope.
Alright, and lines immediately goes to like the Winston shelf that we talked about.
I'm diving in 3, 2, 1, go. Run to them. Run to them.
Oh, he just got melted. You're in.
That's actually a really good jump by him too, because he splits the team in half.
That was a great bubble because it keeps their Anna like sort of split off. This Anna, by the way, like no one actually called her out, but she was like 80% of the source of your problems.
Yeah, she was really good.
Okay, the nano's in. I don't have treads. I killed him. I got him.
It's a good kill.
Good kill.
Here,
Tex died for
On
that.
low.
What?
On one.
This. She's half. She's half an orange.
You're still holding the point, so
I'm in back.
I'm still coming back.
Okay,
Yeah.
back.
Just
If
play
you
point,
can-
play point.
It's 100% fine. You get to 99, you're making them use ults.
They also have team fist now.
Run, Dragon, run!
They have grab.
Alright, you made it.
Yeah, they're gonna have grab again. I'm not.
Yeah,
I think I had 3 HP.
Yeah, Doomfist, no Genji.
They just use shatter.
those
I
are
still
both
haven't
really
seen
good
Pulse,
stalls
and they
and
probably have
stalls
Nano.
and really good
Pulse,
like
Yep.
Okay.
getting the fuck
So
out.
they probably have nano again. Be careful of that.
Yeah, we're gonna dive straight to point. I'm straight to point.
Hang on,
Alright.
that Zarya is isolated on the other side of blue.
Alright, want me? I'll dive on Zarya. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Go, speed. Careful, Ryan. Break down that shield.
That was not a good
Jumping on
bubble.
Zen.
I understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like
Pushed it too early.
He jumped in front of her too, and not to like the right of her
Yeah.
where he could cut her off on the stairs from everyone else.
Yeah.
So, like I said, there's a lot of good things to look at here, Frey, but there's also like things we can nitpick and like things that we hope you do a little bit better. So,
Run slow.
What shutter?
I'm holding blue.
Zen low. Zen half. 1. Zen 1. I bait trans.
One.
I'm on Ana.
I have grab.
I
Go.
am.
Toss it in. We can win.
Winnable.
That's three.
And then Tracer roll.
Nice.
Tracer.
Nice.
oof.
I tried to fly up. I could do stuff or something.
Wait, who did that stick?
It stuck Cater.
Oh.
And it was next to lines, so it didn't.
Oh.
I was so confused.
Ooh, all right.
It was a very nice boost that.
Yeah, at least you did that.
That was very good.
Yes.
Nice, yeah.
What?
Nice.
Am I selling Winston?
I think so. Yeah.
Alright, I'll try to give you guys.
Normal.
The anti-issues aren't all
Normal
like
okay.
Diva's the first line of
I'll hop on
defense,
Lucy and
but
Dagger.
Zarya is the
I'll
second.
go
And if you notice that you guys are
gonna
dying
try
to
give you guys
the
more
anti-nades,
callouts as
like
Winston.
if you notice that your team is dying and losing fights because of the
Yes,
anti-nades,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
anyone who has a shield, so that's Ryan, Brig, Zarya, and
No,
Diva,
no, no,
like
no.
that's all of your responsibilities to look out for it,
Good
That's
mic
what I
check,
did
good.
check.
because all of you can block it. To have the wherewithal to deal
Alright,
with
go
it, and
towards
Zarya
the
is kind
tall
of
set of
like
stairs on the right.
Gotcha.
because it's
Take
like
the
bubble
fight-
is more
take the fight
reactionary,
inside.
and ideally you're not saving it just to cleanse.
Gotcha.
Alright, lines call bubble.
Do I go straight point or hold here?
All I see.
Hold here, hold here.
How much time is the
Ryan,
nade on
I'm
cooldown?
Fire strike. Be careful.
Second,
It looks like they're running goats too.
Yeah, good point. Good
Yep,
point.
yep.
Cut off
They have
there.
honor goats. They have honor goats.
Go on
I
around.
believe
Go
it's
on
12
around.
seconds.
Speed,
It might
speed,
be
speed.
it might be 20, but I'm
Sunny,
pretty
run,
sure
run,
it's
run,
12.
I'm anti. I'm anti. Big purple. Big purple. I'm dead.
We're still around here. Run one, run one.
I'm on Zarya.
You can win. You can win. You
You
can
guys break apart a little bit, but then you get back together.
You win. You win.
When you get back together, things
I'm
are
on
dying.
Diva. Diva.
Hop around, hop around.
We're doing work.
Dead, no, okay.
Yep.
Good job.
Yeah,
Just
back
follow
up the point,
lines.
Back up the point.
That's goats.
Mom's back. I am.
And I would say also, if they're that far away, I would start like right clicking on Zarya to get more distance.
Especially if you hit like 2 of them, the splash damage, that's like a lot of ult charge.
You might have been able to
Just
demek
the hall stairs.
Diva faster with right click.
No swaps.
I have shatter. I have shatter for this next fight.
For us.
Alright, cool.
Um,
Call when you're gonna shatter, and I'll stun.
Alright.
Yep, get ready to go. That's a big stun waiting to happen.
I'm throwing shatter in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I got.
Fat.
Nano run. Get back.
Throw one.
Oh, nice.
So,
Nice.
we'll watch this out and then we'll talk about that.
Lucio 1. Lucio low.
Lucio. Not, I'm done.
Lucio low.
I don't mind this Moira ult just because it's Moira ult and you guys are stalling on
Alright, I
point.
stalled, it sounds like
And it
You
does
know,
that.
I wanted to defend myself there. I did that because I heard they're all one, so I thought there was a bunch of easy cleanups, and there
Oh no,
absolutely was
I
not.
But that's what I
That's
mean though. Like I think the Moira ult was fine because it helped you get that couple of extra percentage points at the end, and also like they're 2 down, like, or like you know what I mean. Like it's not the worst ult to use in that situation.
Right.
Like really fast.
Well, let's talk about this beginning of the fight real quick.
Stun waiting to happen.
So Elysian calls like, oh, there's like, we can like bash shatter because we have shatter. That's kind of our only ult, so that's all we got to do. But a couple of you decide to play with this Rhine over here on this side of the pillar. And then Lines goes here to this side of the pillar. You guys split apart and you effectively trade shatters. They just had faster follow-up.
I'm throwing shatter in 3, 2,
more people free.
1, go.
Oh, I got.
Yeah, there's just... Oh, he also had Nano, too. So he was going to win that race, essentially, to kill. But that's the importance of following with your...
Nano run. Get back.
Throw one.
So it's like in that situation, he didn't actually need the bash in order to shatter, right? Because he just like walks around their Rhine. But the thing is, like, he's able to do that because their Rhine is also looking for a shatter on your team, and that's where we kind of come back to, like, if you're on Brig, if you're on Zarya, making sure that you're also watching for shatter and like thinking about like, oh shit, I need to block it, because that's kind of a tell for this kind of like the goats battle. Like, imagine if their Rhine doesn't land that shatter, but you guys do. You know what I mean? Like, that completely changes the game.
Guys, hop around.
Lucio 1. Lucio low.
Lucio. Not, I'm done.
Lucio low.
No, you're not.
Keep stalling point.
You guys stall out pretty well.
Rolling.
It's good. Fine.
Okay, I'm dead. Alright, get out. They're gonna have beat. They're probably gonna have trans. They just used nano. Probably grab as well.
Alright, same thing. Go right.
Those are good ult calls.
Yep.
You got that shatter back pretty damn quickly.
Yeah, he was nanoed, and he got to cleave a bunch of you.
Bomb.
Let me go in front. Zarya bubble me in.
Alright.
And then like everybody just go.
I know
okay.
1,000% you guys are not expecting this next shatter though.
Oh yeah, no, that was my first thought.
Let him use ults, it's fine.
Lucky for you, they burned like
Don't worry, don't worry.
50
Four.
million ults into this for no
It's okay, it's
reason.
okay.
So,
Yeah, it was 4 ults.
yeah, that was a good call
That was for the
by
most powerful,
Elysian, I think,
so-
called to just like and go in. This is honestly kind of hilarious because like they win it, but it's like set
Don't go
over.
that way.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, demoralizing. But
I remember this.
That was 4 ults they
That was
used.
Shatter. That was for the
Yeah.
most powerful ultimate, so we can win this with Grab Bomb.
I thought mine went off and I almost cried.
Did they use Nano
It was
last
really
fight?
good that you called
No,
out
they
that they
didn't.
spent
Yes,
4
they
ults
did.
on it
Yeah,
and
they
just like
Yeah.
kept everyone
No,
Yeah.
wait.
They're gonna
going
be
into the
getting
next
close.
fight. Like that's
They're
really
gonna be getting
important.
close.
Gonna be getting close to beat as well if they haven't already used it. Or if they
Regrouping.
don't have it, rather.
Good job.
Zen half.
Alright, I'm bubbling you in.
Ryan by himself.
Kill the Ryan, kill the Ryan, kill the Ryan.
Gets a little aggro.
Charging the point. I need help.
Ooh,
Oh, my
This is
bad.
great.
I didn't
Yeah.
call it.
it's okay. It's
This is a
okay.
great,
Nice.
that's a great stun.
That's good.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay.
Point.
You dealt with the tanks.
And they're C9ing the point. Later lines.
Never run Lucius up. Alright, again, set up stairs.
Back up.
Got
I'm like such an evil person. I'm just like critiquing everything.
Yeah, but that's a great job, Elysian,
No,
for
yeah.
like going up there and helping lines out.
Yep, that was kind of a panic moment there.
They come in.
That's a great job though.
That is exactly what you should be doing.
That's Lucio's job.
They probably have Nano.
Yeah, man, help me, help you.
Maybe trans. I'm not entirely sure though.
They're going.
And they haven't used, or they used beat.
They're going our side.
They're gonna be coming up on trans. I don't think they'll have it this fight though. 'Cause they
Yeah.
used-
Yeah, the stagger on the Ana is also huge at the end.
So as soon as they start to come in, Ryan, call your engage, and then we speed, right?
And then that Ryan basically kills
Nice,
himself.
nice, nice, nice. Nano Ryan.
Those are good stuns.
Oh.
Shatters. Nice
Thank you.
beat.
That's a really good beat. That's a good beat.
Kill the Ryan.
We're gonna
Got it back.
And I think you guys basically just win this.
Okay,
Oh no, you lose this. Oh, actually,
Hey.
I'm gonna call something out here. So, watch this. When I was watching this live, it was from Texas' perspective. So, like, if your Ryan's already shielding the front, both off tanks, I would say, and Brig, like, you can be looking at from other directions. Especially, like, that anti-nade. If that anti-nade doesn't hit, you guys are probably fine, but it did. So just like running around the back, if just any of you had turned around, you might not have been wiped completely, but like I was like, this is basically where I was like commenting in chat, I think, where like, yeah, like anti-nade.
I'm on Ana.
It's alright, we got.
Come on, Ana.
Yeah, we're on 99.
I'm not using Shadow this
Tanks
fight, by the way.
left. Ryan
Yeah,
left.
save it.
Okay. I'm getting out. Just run. Come on, Dragon.
Alright, we land the stun shatter. We
The great escape.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Zarya, I'm gonna call out when I'm gonna charge it, and then you bubble.
Got
Yeah.
it. Same
Okay,
moves.
I have amp. Can probably build up grab in this fight as well, so use it for cleanup. Ana has no nade right now. Ana has no nade.
Good call out.
3, 2, 1, go!
Go.
Go, shit. Stun shatter now.
Oh.
Oh, that bomb.
Shield.
Oh, wow.
That shield was really good though.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks so scary.
Nano used on Ryan.
Aw,
Unfortunately, we still lose, but
Yeah.
It's unlucky. It's unlucky.
When did he shatter? I missed that.
Doing what I can.
At the very beginning.
Go, shit. Stun shatter now.
right there at the same time that Lines did.
Oh,
Shield.
Nice.
that was weird.
Nano used on Ryan.
Aw, my bad.
Trying to see
So
what
do
we
you see
can
do you see this Ana literally just chilling for free?
Nano used on Ryan.
And then, like,
Aw,
Yeah.
my bad.
There, Ana was in really weird places. Like
Alright,
on
3.
King's Row, there was a time where she was like behind us and not with her team. I don't know, but
Because she was waiting to sleep you.
eh,
She was waiting to sleep someone so that the Ryan could shatter for free again.
the old NV trick
Like,
of hiding
and the thing is, like-
hiding the Anna for the free shatter.
Also, like, she ran circles around you guys this entire scrim, so like she knew she could get away with it. Is the other thing. Like, if she had been punished even once,
She would have been scared.
there's no way she would have played that game. But because she literally, like, the number of times that she gets away with 2 HP is actually kind of depressing.
Yeah.
2,
If you
1,
go-
go.
Go.
Oh shit, Stun Shatter now.
Oh.
Shield.
Now you guys get to see yourself lose for a third time. Feel it.
It was just kind of.
My bad.
It was a great counter charge by their Rhine, and then it ended up like a bunch of you guys were ahead of lines, and the people behind lines got shattered,
It was a good setup.
and you guys got split apart.
And also, it's like they had the nano to bail their Rhine out.
Can anybody?
Yeah.
Don't.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
I
gonna.
got both.
It was a good
Just
setup.
I
Good call.
think
Sorry.
I know you're not used
Okay.
to playing
That
Anna
was
or
pretty good. That
Zen,
was really good, guys.
so why you don't wear it
This next match,
into
can we try
Anna?
the Zen Lucio go to?
Yeah.
You guys
But,
can't
yeah,
handle
Yeah.
anti-nade because that, like, this is exactly why it's such a huge problem.
And like even though they weren't playing like goats proper, they were playing like triple tank, triple support Anna, like, and that just shits all over any Moira comp.
Like,
Pretty
I,
much.
I love it when we play Zen because we kill the Rhine so much faster. That's why I'm always asking. He's so good.
Well, no, but like that's why you Zen into Anna goats, even
Yeah.
with anti-nade being like a counter for trans,
Because
because
you're
like,
dealing more damage.
All day.
so their Rhine should die because they're not running with a Brig, which means that he actually has significantly less pocketing, and they also have less overall DPS.
Yeah.
So like you just kind of
My best to cleanse with bubbles.
I wouldn't say
Yeah.
he's quote unquote free, but he should be more free than he is.
is more free than your Rhine.
We did as a team.
Yeah, take that high ground here. Nice.
Okay, we're all here.
Alright, take this first fight up here. Don't drop down.
I like this whole setup for this first fight too.
Call for bubble.
3, 2, 1.
Break down the shield, break down the shield. Go.
He charges him.
He missed.
I love
Yeah.
that. No, he charged someone and he takes him to this wall right here, so
Yeah.
he's not like
No, yeah, I
blowing
definitely
past
saw that.
people. He gets free damage and he claims all of this space.
Because like look at where you guys are now. You're able to be there because he charged and hit that wall, which is close enough for you guys to follow him in without like dying, but like far enough that like look at how much it splits their team. There's like 2 people behind you guys. There's 4 people in front, and they can't support each other because like all of your team is in the way.
Woo.
So that was like
That's a chef's kiss charge right there.
Nice. Huge. Oh my
And then
God.
that just kind of happened.
Point.
this is how
Shatter,
this is
shatter,
literally
shatter.
how goes work. Do you see how fast that kill feed lit up?
Jesus.
It was literally
You
just
guys
like
hold forward, I'll hold point. You guys.
Nothing dies and then everything dies.
We have to stay together.
But
Why
when
not
things
try?
die, they
Yeah.
die quick.
Right here,
they
right
died
here,
so
right here.
fast. Like you guys literally went in, hammered once,
No
and they all
stun
died.
for 4. No stun for 4.
That's what staying together does.
Speed.
Go. Nice. A lot of people are low. Lots of
Line,
people are low.
Lines gets like
I'm down.
it's amazing because he goes in like
Nice, dude.
sort of by himself, but he gets a fat shatter, so he like
Okay,
half
we're
gets
gonna
away
have
with
to
it.
Nano,
Yeah.
He still
probably die
dies,
as well.
but like
I'm staying with you guys, but enough that I can see that.
Yep.
So I would
Coming up
like
on
not
friends.
back out, but be shuttling lines back
They're
here
left.
as fast as you can because
Okay.
you're holding at their
Right,
spawn.
Might be low.
They're splitting.
You need to be together.
I'm gonna rallying.
thankfully you guys
Turn around.
get together, but not in time to get the anti-nade.
That was a really good
Oh, no, no, no.
counter Brig ult. It was a good counter rally, but then you guys all get anti-nated.
I got
It's
one.
like problematic, and why you
Follow her and come
absolutely
here.
have to deal with
Saving
this
trans, but I have
anti-nade.
trans.
I have ult.
How you
Quick,
don't
quick,
die.
But you guys can still win this fight because you're playing Zen, and you just deal more damage.
Come on,
Easy.
Diva.
Easy.
And also their diva gets split off, which helps.
I'm getting out.
It's just a Lucio.
Point.
And like that lines charge was probably way more suicidal than it needed to be, but it took out their main source of healing.
Just rotate up
So
to your left.
he just YOLO charged and got the
below.
Ana, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, okay.
Like, here's where it's dangerous because they have like 4 ults coming in that they haven't used yet, so you guys should be
Right here.
preparing for that.
D.Va's away from the team. Oh, I got you.
And then that was a late trans on my part, but
That was late.
Oh, we're even. Oh, never mind. Well,
I'm sorry.
That wasn't really a late trans so much as a panic D.Va bomb. It still
Yeah,
got 2
yeah.
people, but that wasn't your grav. That was their grav. And that's
we're
not the
four
first
down,
time you've
we're
done
four
that
down.
either, Cater.
we're not gonna make it back.
Oh yeah, same map too.
This is fucking beautiful, actually.
Good job,
This
Dragon.
this is amazing.
Thanks.
And clean up with shatter.
You stall it just in time for it to get the 99. You
I'm slow.
get the fuck out of there.
Get the fuck out, and you
Deuces.
you give tags ult charge on the way back. Perfection.
This ended up being really cool because I think only Lines got shattered, but everyone else was still up.
So you were able to deal with it.
That's okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
that honestly
Good song.
confused me because like we were all stacked in that hallway and only
I
one
think-
person got shattered.
I want to
Maybe
say
it was-
Cater was bubbled because she was in front of Ryan,
Right, yeah.
but
That might have been enough.
Cater was in front. She got bubbled, and I think like either Lines was like next to her or somewhere where like wasn't like in the like the LOS of shatter, but you all
Right.
got saved, and he was the one that got shattered. Either way, this was actually one of the best times for tags for you to actually flail because the only person going in is Ryan, so you got to stun him and flail him away, and there was no follow up because if anyone else tries to go in, they just get melted.
And I think that's exactly what you do. So
Yep, stun and
Great stun,
then
great stun. All right, we got this. We got this.
Stun, flail the Ryan
No,
out.
he has little DM left.
3, 2, 1, grab.
Go.
Nice
Big,
grab.
big, big, big. It's huge, it's huge,
oh,
it's
nice
huge.
grab.
I can't do anything.
On run,
It's
on
even
run.
bigger- it's an even bigger shatter.
I like that shatter there in response.
That shatter was really good because like that's
Yeah.
all you guys had. Like you didn't have proper follow up, and they beat it anyway. So like I'm perfectly fine with that shatter. That was really good.
I blocked it anti-nated in my face too.
And you got
Also,
anti-nated.
Coming up.
But yeah, and also what happens is because they use beat for the grav, they don't have it anymore for the shatter. So you're actually able to get kills once because like he waits just long enough for the grav to wear off.
It shatters
Where at
immediately
the
afterward.
end of them being shattered is like gone at that point. So you're actually able to secure some kills.
He also, I believe, if I'm watching this correctly, he rotates around because Ryan is gonna shield.
Big, big, big. It's huge, it's huge, it's huge.
Oh no, he
Can't do
doesn't.
anything.
On run,
It's
on
even
run.
bigger- it's an even bigger shatter.
He's like on their left, and then he walks
Coming
back
up on
to the
turret, coming
team.
up on
I'm
turret.
swinging. I'm swinging.
Yeah. I think he just caught like the shield, but like I thought he rotated
No, dude,
around so he
on
could
and back,
shatter
on,
behind the
on,
shield
on.
without it being blocked because the Ryan was too busy trying to block the damage.
Annoying me.
And so Lines is over here. See, he gets in the grav to shield you.
Oh,
That's
big
great.
stun, big stun.
and then Lucio
Nice.
boops onto point for some reason. Like that was actually more beneficial.
What
to
a
us.
charge,
Go,
Jesus.
Go in.
Yeah, that was
That was-
actually insane.
That was insanely lucky,
I'm
but
holding grab. Or I'm holding for grab.
and I like what he did there, and he just got like because he knows no one's behind the Ryan, so if he just like if he just charges the Ryan, it's free.
We can't let her get.
It's like you guys get a little bit scattered here, but it almost doesn't matter because you're winning.
Nice break. Big
Yeah.
stun, big stun, big stun, big stun. Anna.
And then the C9
Look
grab.
at the,
easy clap.
look at this.
Look at that anti-nade.
GG.
Imagine if
these
people were
enemies.
still there. You don't
Right,
die.
yeah.
Like this Ana is
Oh my
like
God.
wrecking your faces
Luna wants
with the
to spec. Is
anti-nades.
that okay with everybody?
How you guys lose King's Row, by the way.
Do we know where Moon is, by the way? Has anybody heard from him?
Has anyone heard from Moon, by the way? Alright, what are we gonna do? Well, any other questions about Busan? I mean, goats, but
So, I mean, as you know, I'm not really a prolific Zen player, but where exactly should I be positioned? Because, I mean, I know that goats can get chaotic, but I mean, you know, with Lucio, you're
With
gonna be right in
us.
the middle of things. With
you
Ana,
want to be like sitting like at the tail end of like the rest of the team, and you kind
It
of
also, yeah, it also depends on what the other team is playing. So like if they're playing mirror, like or not mirror goat, but like if they're also playing goats, right? You can sit a little bit further back. So like if you saw their Anna was their team, and the reason that you can sit a little bit further back is like they have to like what you want to do as Zen, regardless of how close or far you are, is keep your team in between you and whatever can kill you. So like if their team, even if they speed boost in, like
They have to go through like 5 people
have to go-
before they find
right.
you.
they have to go through
Okay,
your team
okay.
before they can get to you. And so you want to like watch where the other team is and rotate in a circle away from them, if that makes any sense. Like you want to be like 180.
Okay.
With flankers, it's obviously harder because they're coming from multiple directions. So you want to like where you can rotate to depending on who's going to be coming at you next. And that's also why, like as a support, especially as mobile supports like Zen and Ana, it's super important to know where everyone is so that you know like, okay, I need to leave now because they're coming for me. I would say the reason I say that as Zen you want to play a little bit further away, and also this works for Ana too, is like you don't actually want to literally be in the brawl, right? Because then you just die. You want to keep your team and then at least one like map object in between you and the other team. So like a pillar, a wall, a corner, dodge behind if you can react in time to like shatter or grab or whatever.
That being said, you still want to be able to like pump in damage to the fight, especially because Zen's not that bad at like shield break, and you need to be
Right.
close enough to discord their Reinhardt anyway.
Also, Zen doesn't have fall off, so it's kind of a like in terms of distance, it's a little like how good is your aim from afar? If you're
Not.
really good, then yeah. So you'll want to play probably mid range, so not like literally right behind your team, but like
Not
so say
like on a high ground 3 miles away either.
Right.
Draw it
so
out.
like
Draw it
say on mecha base, it's like well, maybe you should draw this then. So like see where their team is on mecha base. So like here's the center, right? And that's where the team is brawling right now.
Go in.
You can probably as Zen be like on the stairs or like the right side doorway. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Like into the back room.
Yeah.
There's also a mega over there.
I'm holding grab.
So if need be,
He's
I
like-
can retreat through
yeah.
there. Yeah.
So then there's also these walls that come up and down that you can like obviously because they come down sometimes, but like that's like probably the range that's like ideal, and then you want to know when you need to rotate in different places, and that's why like if you watch their Ana and the way that she plays around like your team and their team, it's so much because she's never in the fight herself, but she's always in position to like help her team and like fuck you guys over.
So like right here on this frame, you know your team's gonna go to point to fight. You could like stand like there's the stairs behind you or like the pillar. You can probably also kind of play this floor and then have like these stairs over here if you're like not sure about your aim at that range. But this gives you like a decent amount of space to work with, and again like they either have to push through your team to get to you, or they have to commit people up and around, which makes them weaker in the fight on the point.
Okay.
And then also by the time they walk around, you can also just walk around yourself
And then you
not
just
be there.
rotate, or hopefully your team
Yeah,
wins
or
this
even-
fight and you just push upwards more.
Or if they
Right,
go
yeah.
around, even going the other way into the like the underpass, well, because they're above you at that point, and then by the time they get over here, like the high, like where you're, like where Tegs is right now, yeah, like you're over there already. So then they're just like, well, fuck, now we gotta walk more.
Yep.
Okay.
If you like, so the stairs is nice here because like you have two pillars. So if they have someone on high ground, you can lean left. If they have someone on the right side high ground, you can lean right, and just like you can use it as an extra like shield to dodge behind. But yeah, so I think like really learn again. This kind of comes back to, I know we keep pushing you guys to learn the maps, but this is like part of where it's really important, right? So just like learn the maps, learn
Maps.
where
Guys,
your
I think we should learn the maps.
just
That was
an
hot.
idea. An idea. I'm gonna throw that out there. But like basically, you want to learn where your effective range is, like how far fight before you're kind of useless with damage. But you also want to know, like, okay, if there's like barrage or if there's Genji Blade, where can I juke, and where do I want to be so that I can like range of all of those things and still
Right.
get there with Zen's terrible movement speed.
No,
Any other questions before we move on?
I don't think so.
Learn maps, eat anti-nade. Got it. Eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Alright.
Learn to stun shatter.
Learn to stun shatter. Learn
I'd
how
rather
to play
commu-
brig.
Communicate this time.
Alright.
Yeah, you got 2 days to learn it, and then it's bye-bye.
Eat maps, learn anti-nade.
Easy.
Naps
Easy.
learn anti. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that exactly right?
Uh-oh. Perfect.
Where is Widow? Widow's over here.
Bonnie.
Yeah.
Kate, Kate.
I saw this one. Did I?
But yeah, so I haven't played I haven't played Mercy in like probably legitimately.
Wait,
2.5
who's
months.
Kaio?
Let me know which way.
That's me. That's me.
Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't see
I was
them coming
confused.
So they're either underneath or coast or top.
Underneath, underneath.
Underneath,
call.
underneath. They
Alright,
have
they got
wind
dive.
pin,
Takes a good
Genji,
dive on us.
dive.
Yeah,
Burger
bird.
six.
That's an awkward jump by Lines there.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't really need to jump there. Could have
That's
just
okay.
dropped down. But
There was a couple things I was like,
Okay, you got a good first
Okay,
pick.
nice.
I'm on.
and then Genji suddenly there.
Genji's on me. Genji's on me.
Where?
Check your window.
Were you healing her or were you damaged?
I didn't react in time to a heal, and then right there I went for the res and should have been healing Moon, but
Well, Moon
Kill the D.Va. Kill
shouldn't
the
have been
D.Va.
there. Either.
to be fair.
There's Lucio right behind you. Lucio.
Pulse.
And then we get a little bit too aggro here.
No, so this is not just on Burger either. This is also on Tegs. Because Tegs gets greedy too and dies for it.
Getting needed.
You know full well what happens here.
Yeah.
He blinks, gets caught in a doorway, and dies.
Get Burger.
Unlucky.
It happens a lot.
And you died to anti-nade!
What is our problem with anti-nade? I don't know.
the word of the day.
Word of the day is anti-nade.
You don't pay
There's always
attention.
one hero on the other
Really
team.
bad position here.
You should not be the one
Just wait.
What was that?
trying
Sorry.
to.
Position.
I was saying Allegiance should not be the one who needs to contest the point. Like I think Lions is just getting back, but like
You can give up ticks. That's
you
fine.
can give up Tigs to
To like stage your re-engages better. Cause like they're not coming in. I don't think they're coming in full. But at least like
No, nah, they're definitely not. It could have been a delay.
yeah.
I remember this.
I'm going to Sell Point.
And you know what the really cool part about this whole thing is that Lines is also anti-nated.
You know why? It's because our diva's dead.
Genji's on me.
Yeah, to be fair.
I'm going to Sell
Burger.
Point.
Okay.
This I was happy to see you guys had a plan to stall
To be
it.
honest,
Maybe
I
Get
again,
back
we
on it.
will bail him out.
But you did get slept.
I almost had Valk. I'm gonna pop Valk as soon as I get it. 3, 2, 1.
And then Moon dies to anti-nade, to his own anti-nade, no less.
Yeah.
And I
Okay,
kind of
yeah,
just
we
wasted
lost that,
Valk
we
there,
lost that.
unfortunately.
Never
But
contest.
Yep. Welcome to the life of Valk.
Back
Using
up.
He
Valk.
used it to escape.
yeah.
When I saw this, I felt like y'all. There was just times you shot yourselves in the foot.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Yep.
If they don't want to kill you, Burger, because I know you're gonna yell about it afterward, you can just go down the street here and there's a nice little cliff you can throw yourself off of. Same thing up here.
I was trying to heal you.
Taking the sights, you know.
Alright, we'll have bomb. They know.
Walls.
Probably.
I wasted Valk, unfortunately. What are they gonna have? They use bomb. Did they use nano? I know that they used blade, but
They probably had. No, yes, they did. They made nano blade.
Oh, a quick little alt tab would solve
Trying to
that
take this
issue.
first fight at plus.
Oh, never mind.
kill the Genji. Behind you, Lines.
Like NG.
Lines had the right idea.
I'm done
Like
in
he was
3,
trying to claim the right
2,
space. They were just already
1.
waiting for him.
Go.
Yep.
Go.
And a recall.
Good
Ooh,
nano.
what a sleep
Even
up.
better sleep.
Yes, I remember seeing that too.
Remember when I
That was a
said
nice
that
fucking nade, though.
Ana is 80% of your problems?
Uh-huh.
Genji low. Oh, never mind.
And you know how no one called that out. That was a. I actually don't know how you landed this bomb. I'll be very honest.
I saw it live and I screamed. I was like, "What? How did you
Then
get
you
that?"
gotta anti-nade again.
Yeah.
The best part.
You blinked into the bus and then died dancing.
I did.
But I mean, like, this was a good idea because you nano have Winston jump in the middle, split the team apart. He just gets slept
Not waking up.
because
Bubbles over here.
He's gonna
Yep.
stun you. He's gonna stun you.
Genji half. Genji low. Oh, never mind.
Big, oh my god.
that's dope.
Okay. We win. We win.
Run, Burger, run!
Okay,
Oh.
Burger, I'm sorry.
He tries so hard. What? Okay, this is somewhat questionable.
That's a very questionable res.
I mean, yeah.
That's one of the reses that.
Not to like take away, but like in the grand scheme of things, Tracer is a very low impact res target.
Yeah, she can get back quickly, and she doesn't have, like, I don't want to say she doesn't have a big impact, but, like, for contesting a point, she's good.
Or
she's
in a
slippery, but,
situation
like,
where
a
you're
tank
down
would've been better.
numbers, she's not gonna do too much.
And you need
Right,
to
yeah.
Also, one other thing I will say, so I understand what Lions was probably trying to boop them off the edge over here, except he gets slept. But the thing is, like, you have Cater over here waiting on Widow, and she cannot see a fucking thing that you guys are doing in this back corner.
Yeah.
You're all pushing.
So you're
them
basically
this way.
you've locked your main DPS out of this entire team fight because
You essentially
instead of
play a
pushing them-
6v5 because you're cucking your Widow.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
I'm on D.Va.
Burger, coming,
But
Burger.
probably what you guys, if you want to try that play, unless you can definitely knock them off immediately, I would be knocking them into her line of sight so that she gets like the predictable.
Nice. Good
Dude
win.
kills.
Good win.
Point.
I am coming for this game, so.
Yeah. Also gonna point out one thing, Tegs.
That one was
You're doing, it's not that you're doing badly this game. Take a look at the enemy team comp and what they're running, right? They're running solo DPS Genji, a Lucio, and an Ana, and we are on Widow Tracer.
So, the bigger concern more is the fact that yeah, they're playing Brig. Brig is kind of annoying. If you're decent enough, you can sort of play around her. But the worst thing is that they're playing triple support, and Tracer has a decently hard time playing against triple support.
Yeah. And I would say the thing about Brig, and here's the thing, right? In a 1v1, you're going to win against a Brig, and you do win against this Brig, which is good. But the minute that she gets her first rally and gives everyone armor, that just fucks you completely. The reason why pros don't play Tracer into a Brig, it's not because of the stun or, like, whatever.
It's the
Else
armor
it's
cuts
because
her
of the armor.
damage in half, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially with the way it like interacts with pellet damage, such as Tracer and D.Va.
And Soldier too, to a certain
Soldier
degree.
to a certain degree.
So like, I know you eventually swap to Widow, or not Widow, sorry, you
Pharah.
eventually swap to Pharah, but like Pharah, you'd probably be getting more value here, and then also,
You
this
could
Ana
also
can-
play Hanzo here. Hanzo.
something with like that
High
does more
burst
damage.
damage. And like Hanzo and Pharah also have decent mobility, especially vertical mobility, so you could play either of them here and it'd be super sweet.
Also, it's harder for Genji to counter 2 snipers versus just 1.
And he already has to commit a cooldown to chasing a Widowmaker who can then grapple away. But then like some of the times, like if he tries to jump a Hanzo and Hanzo like gets deflect out of him early, you just like storm arrow or just shoot one of
Or
your
not even
logs
that,
at his
like-
face.
But like even beyond that, right? Like if you and Cater set up crossfire, if he goes for Cater, then you're shooting at him. If he goes for you, Cater's shooting at him. So either way, he's not like he can't safely engage either sniper without a lot of help from his team, and that just makes their entire team comp worth less too. Because what is Brig gonna do against a Hanzo? Like literally nothing.
Happens. It happens. Your auntie.
Crossfire.
There's a monkey. There's a monkey.
So low.
I got you.
Just backing up.
I remember when watching this, I was like, wow, Teg's got no respect for this woman or for this brig right now.
No, I'm Tom.
He kept getting her a couple times.
Big, nice. That's their main heals.
That's a good job killing that.
Steve on me.
I got you.
This is a good Valk. Except where are you going?
Yeah.
Nobody really needed healing, so I was just trying to like scare the diva off.
Your
I guess.
tank that's engaged needs healing.
Well, you know what? He can die. Who cares about tanks? I mean, like Moon's right there with the tanks. I really wasn't sure what I was thinking,
I'm
but
flanking Mosa.
Well, here's the thing. If they had like a Widow, if there had like a squishy that you could kill, like a Zen or something, or like a
that
Widow,
would make sense. But shooting
That
at a
makes
diva really doesn't.
someone
Always,
healing on your team is a little more like, all right.
Yep.
always just be in the moment, my man. Don't be too caught up in everything. Just be in the moment.
I'm on.
Think. Use the brain.
Think playing support? What do you think
It's
I
alright.
am?
Good, that's a good heal. And then
helps a lot.
I'm dead.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay, he got it.
there, I would have jumped to. You should have jumped to Cater instead. As soon as the
Okay,
Yep.
And then I just went back instead of.
Get out.
going up, yeah.
It's hard to like. I can understand because that angle is kind of hard to like peek her, but if you shift yourself to the right a bit toward like that giant pillar, you can get to her.
Get out.
And also, one of the things is if
yes.
Moon dies,
Go
you
Asher.
can res him
I'm very stuck.
instead of. So like one of the worst things you can do against the Winston, especially on support, if he's on both of you, is like if you both get pushed by the Winston and you both die to Winston, all of a sudden your team has no healing whatsoever. Whereas
Mhm.
like if you split yourselves up, actually, it's like at least one person is still alive.
All right, Mr. Burger. Mr. Burger. Watch this sick diva play right here.
I was noticing that before. when Alex was talking.
Yes.
Go Asher.
I'm very stuck.
Later.
Tank swap.
That beautiful blue outline.
I'm gonna.
Well, at least they killed you.
At least they killed you, but bruh.
They could have let you get mech back and still would have been worth it.
They could have sat like 2 people on cart, 2 or 3 people. They would have babysat you, not let you out because you're in an enclosed space. They can body block you, and then like you attempt to get mech back or something. They let you get mech back. They demech you again.
Rinse, wash, repeat until it stops.
The worst case scenario of it all is
Swap runs out.
horrible.
If tanks die, then swap.
Maybe
But
you killed
you were spared that slow death.
Yeah.
I have no good hit scan for this far.
On a
so-
donate.
You say they have no good hit scan. Tags immediately gets
Tags almost
punched
gets
by the Xana.
murdered by
Yeah.
the Xana.
And also, let's see. What are you healing him or are you damage boosting him?
I'm healing him right now. Okay, so I'm damage boosting him here, and then he takes like one. I believe he takes 2 shots from the Yana, and then I swap heals. Probably a little bit.
If he took that 3rd shot, even through the heals, he'd die.
Yeah.
You need to switch as soon as he takes the first shot because that's what allows him to actually go in against the Xana. And
Right.
If tags is being repeatable with the shots, you can actually just like switch it back and forth.
No, but what lines?
Yeah, you can time like because you can hold one of the buttons. Like if you hold like left click, it'll heal, and then you can still hold left click, hold right click, it'll switch.
Yeah,
and then
that's
just
what
light
I do.
glow. That's a cool little tip.
Yeah, it's like really great for Ferris because
Moon, don't
they're always
worry-
just holding
don't
down
worry
left.
about everybody else. I've got a.
Monkey purple. Monkey subbed. Oh wait, no, Brigade is subbed.
yeah, so now it's like
No,
Tags
17,
actually has like a really hard time going in because
Oh, I can res. Oh shoot!
I'm on break.
I can't res.
What is this fight?
They're snowballing again.
No.
And good bubble, but unfortunately I walk right into their team.
I'm stopping Lucio.
Ain't nothing.
I mean,
you're
there's not
gonna
much you can
do
do
there.
because no one else
Yeah.
could contest. You were the
Yeah.
only one alive at that point.
Yeah. It was just kind of rough because like you said they kind of snowballed and they like sort of did, sort of didn't because
We don't have a good strat for the 3rd point. The
I
3rd
feel like
point's
you
really
guys just never set up and actually took a fight, and like Lines was just going in when no one was with him, which he kind of has a habit of. But this time it's just like there was a very like confused and or like scattered
So, I don't-
follow up.
What was the switch to Zarya for?
They wanted to go goats.
Yeah,
or,
he
like,
switched
or play
around.
Ryan Zarya, but he had primal, so he kept on Winston.
It's not a bad choice, especially given that their only DPS is Genji. So it's like your primary targets would be demeching the diva and dealing and zoning Genji as much as you can.
Is Dive Goats good on this point here, this last point? Better than Ryan or no?
So this is where it's tough, right? Because before you get to this bend, Winston is okay. You get past it, Ryan's better. And then even in the underpass, like inside the underpass itself, Ryan is better.
Yeah. It's just because it's a little bit more like
Flat.
it's flat and there's like not really like
It's a
cover.
straight line. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's like really nowhere for like people have to walk through you to get past here at all. Right? Like they still have to walk through the
Oh,
tunnel.
never mind.
That hurts.
Luciana, right? Dive tank.
Skip on up a bit.
Spooky statue.
Yeah, I would say like at
And
that
let's
point,
try to do some scouting on, like, the
I
first
probably
jump.
would have gone Zen at some point
And
and
then
lost the
kinda
Mercy
stay-
because
Yeah.
you weren't able to get
Dive
safe
off of
reses,
that.
and then also
Moon
this
should be
blade
on
was
Ana,
like
yes,
a
or
problem,
is he on this
and
Yeah, I don't
the
know.
Ana healing was also a problem.
Lines call dives.
Okay.
What?
Okay, I have Genji.
Big jump.
They have Junkrat, they have Junkrat.
Okay, Genji, Junk.
Go,
What
go
else?
coast. Go coast.
I
Coast.
had Junkrat. I don't remember
Oh, lines, get out of there.
Yeah,
that. I was
Not gonna be good
surprised.
for you.
Lines back.
Why are you not with Lions Burger? Oh well, Burger's not here, but why is there this
We're
gigantic gap
actually-
between you are and where he is?
Rhetorical
Thanks.
question.
Burger kept calling coast, so I don't know if he thought
Why are we
we
calling
were going
coast?
coast. I don't know.
Because he wanted to avoid the junk spam.
Yeah, I guess.
That's not going to really avoid it.
I mean,
You're going under an arch and like two walls. It's not really avoiding it.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna say. Before you even call a direction, first of all, follow your main tank if you're the off tank, and even if you disagree, and then if you have ideas about how to do it differently next time, bring it up in VOD. And then also, you guys haven't even called out where their positions are, so how do you know where you can?
yeah. Like what if he's spamming and then he like decides to just hold point B for no reason, and then you're sitting here like split apart, and he's not actually doing anything.
Junk is spamming down main, you know he's not on this like left hand high ground, right? So it's like that gives you a couple of options for like where you can stage, but primarily you need to know where the rest of them are so that you kind of have an idea of like, okay, what space is taken, and like Diva's really great at that. So
I mean, plus
that
you're
up here
plus you're a
to
diva,
look.
so like if you guys finally have an approach plan, and you have Matrix, like no amount of spam's gonna stop you from like actively diving and engaging because you just eat everything.
So like say their Junkrat is like, actually, I think that is their Junkrat, right?
He is top right, yeah.
Junkrat is in this like super crazy aggro position. Like, wait, who's here then? Like,
No, the
who's...
Junkrat's right behind the
The
walls.
oh yeah, the Juggernaut's right here. Yeah,
Yeah.
never mind.
Okay, yeah. So look at where this junk is, and if you literally jumped up with lines, you probably could have both killed him.
Yeah, he should have died.
Should have died.
Back up.
Yeah, the bubble's nice too.
Don't play scared.
I'm coming back. That's
I'm gonna
okay.
jump back right in,
Let me know.
Oh,
when
Genji
you're ready.
left.
Also, that's a little bit of a questionable decision. Like,
Genji
the
up top.
brig is away, but, like, jumping
Fine,
into their
whatever.
team is a little,
Anna,
Don't wanna jump in
pretty
for
much totally healing.
That Genji got away with murder.
Well, the brig saved him.
I'm diving the
Yeah.
Junkrat.
Oh, you're in purple, Kate. I'm sorry.
Nope, it's back.
I'm connect. Monkey purple slept.
Oh shoot, I would have come up.
Are we still in or are we backing out?
We should probably back out. Yeah, get out.
Alright.
Okay,
I'm
so
seeing-
that res. Hi.
I'm shaking my head right now.
What were you thinking?
I honestly have no clue.
in or we?
Is you basically
Monkey purple.
out of all the people you could have res, you res Cater, who's just
Are we
gonna die
still in,
again.
or
Like
we back in?
she's
Right, yeah.
100%
We
gonna
should
die
double
again.
check.
I feel like that-
we're retreating. Let me res.
Basically, yeah. That's the big brain play. Obviously, that way we don't have to wait for.
I thought I was watching
For
Battlefield.
another 20 seconds. And
Yeah.
also, there's
And
no
I
way
lose
this
an
is a
ability.
cooldown.
My
Yeah,
30-second cooldown.
I think that I was thinking, okay, so we'll take like a soft reset here. I'll start resing Kate, and then Burger got demeched. I think that I started like the thought process of resing Kate before
Well,
Burger.
the issue is
Like that.
there's no
And
such thing as a
everybody
soft reset here because they just push you.
Right? Yeah. I was thinking,
You
okay,
should-
yeah,
you
we
should
don't
have
have to
known that they
full
were
reset here.
pushing you.
And then they kind of caught me by surprise there. Yeah,
So you
You
weren't
were like
aware.
that
You weren't.
everything-
So you just weren't aware that they
I
pushed you.
don't feel like
pretty much. Yeah.
get dumped by that Genji.
You're like the everything's fine meme.
Oh, switch this so I can boost into him.
Yeah, this just isn't a whole lot of healing. Oh, we have to peel for you better on Ana.
We
Yeah,
can
for
get-
sure we're doing that.
It's not even peeled. I think it's still. It comes back to you guys are taking too long
Mhm.
to figure out where to engage, and also you're not engaging from angles that are safe for you. So it's like, so the junk. Okay, we talked about going up on that catwalk, Cater, right? On Widow, but the thing is, like, their Brig is up there. They have a Genji, and their Junkrat is also up there. So, odd turn of events, it might actually been safer for you just if you had been main, because then you can hook back out like onto the other side
Yeah.
if they jump you.
Or
But,
like,
yeah,
or your tanks could like stage main, and you could actually flank coast and
Flank
take up
coast.
here.
yeah, yep. And then you have that sight line all the way from that back corner where you can actually kill one of their supports, and they don't know where. But if you see, like, if you actually watch, I think their second attack, maybe it's like basically that was their plan, was their Widow was gonna flank solo, and then that's how Tex dies.
Yeah.
He catches her.
And it's like you and Tegs kind of need to be on it, because if you look at like their DPS, your tank line is gonna take so much fucking damage. So you guys need to kill
Fast.
fast.
It's almost like the sooner that you can pull their
Boost
team
into him.
in two different directions,
This just isn't a whole lot
the
of healing.
easier it is for
We
your
just- we
tanks
have peel for
to
you
to
better
win,
on Ana.
because you have to split the other team's attention. Like, that's your job on DPS. This situation, on this attack, anyway.
Yeah, push coast. Gives them less places to spam. Go all the way around.
Switch.
Genji top.
Genji's up here, he might be alone if we can take him. Just do a little poke here, do a little recon, and get out. If not, he's not there.
Save Junkrat, we can't take.
Like, why are you
I'm-
looking for Genji, though?
Yeah. Genji's not who we want.
'Cause Genji has dash. Like, you can call his position, and then he just gets the fuck out.
He
and
gets
you're back to
escape
square one.
tools.
Yeah.
Genji's alone right here. Genji's
I'm
alone.
ready to dive whenever.
Hey, Genji's not alone anymore.
Yeah, look at that.
By the way, you took a bunch of spam damage.
Yep.
Oh, I'm really low.
Diving.
Yo, low.
Yeah, that one I was like, ooh.
That was a panic. Like, okay, he died, so I
He wanted
fucked
that
up
Genji
over
so
there,
bad.
and then he gets antied. What a
What's his
surprise!
anchor point?
I
Good
know.
sleep, good sleep.
Oh shoot.
That reminds me of the fucking T40 jump. What was his name? On Volskaya.
Bagel.
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 That's the bagel jump right there.
That's a bagel jump, except I don't think you did this one.
No, he lived like a second longer than Bagel did.
No, and also we actually won that fight despite the bagel early demise.
I know.
Junk half.
I'm dying.
That's a
again.
good.
That's actually a really
That
good
was
res,
better.
because I liked
That was a good
how you positioned yourself.
Yep.
And you waited until they left and
Jump
forced
out,
them
jump
to
out.
use cooldowns to try to like
Dying again?
kill you.
Yeah.
I'm antied.
So this fight gets really weird right here.
Yeah.
Like, really fucking weird.
I couldn't wait to see y'all dissect this one.
Oh my god. I actually don't know how to talk about this one.
I don't. It's a mess. That's really the only.
First off, kudos to Lines, because
We can win.
you just stayed with that Junkrat.
Just gonna touch.
Didn't like
And-
decide to go and help.
Kind of forced them.
Oh! rewind. Can I get a rewind, please?
Feels bad, man.
Oh my god.
Marcus.
Just gonna
We're sliding him into the back.
Oh my god.
They get so aggro that they literally just C9 the point. And you, at least...
Not gonna lie, this is more of them fucking up than you guys actually doing anything.
Agreed.
Yes. They fucked up, but 2 of you noticed and took advantage of
I like what Lions did though.
Yeah, Lions and Tags did a good job. And Cater! Check out that
Cater.
rotation!
Look at that. And you got
Hells yeah!
Very nice.
Hells yeah. Recognizing the team is back here on coast. They have to come up through here. And you recognize, you're like, I'm going to take that direct sight line.
Very nicely done.
Nice, we win.
A+.
I'm gonna get bad spawn though. Your first one had bad spawn.
And Genji will come back to point.
Nice shot. See, look at this shot on the Genji. You know why? Because he came through this
Nice.
very predictable hallway, and you knew where he was gonna be.
Man.
Look at these shots.
Okay, supports are back.
Ash is mopping up.
Oh, thanks.
And of course she had to go because she doesn't want to receive her glory.
Yeah, clearly.
I'm gonna stick with Cater for the most part.
I'm not going.
Sorry, before we move on.
Good job.
I just...
Okay, so that was Burger, right?
That was Burger.
How
Okay.
much pain are you in right now?
This is hilarious. Burger, I love you, but that was terrible.
But also, like, do you see where that Anna is?
Oh, hold on, we gotta go back. We get to watch it again.
Leroy.
There's right there.
Look at this Anna. Look at how far away from
Like, everything she is.
everything.
Let's
she
be
is.
real.
But she's going in deep with her tanks, and that's why they live, and that's why you guys lose.
Why is she allowed to do this?
No one's bothering her over here.
Why is she allowed to do this?
Because she rotates.
No, I'm talking to them. Why did you guys let her do this? Why she
They don't
played
know-
so aggro?
Because you guys don't know where she is.
One slaps.
We can win.
One last time.
We're sliding him into the back.
To be real,
Okay,
like
to
if
be
this
fair,
was real life.
It almost caught the edge. If you had thrown it a little
Almost,
bit.
yeah.
Almost, it'd have been really cool, but
If this was real life, she would have died off the force of getting hit in the face with a big mech bomb.
alright, that's what happened to
Just
that
saying.
Hanzo.
Just saying. Oh yeah, that's right.
Alright, I'm gonna stick with
See, look
Cater
at where
for the
Lines
most part.
is. He's already taken the space for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be like Lines.
I'm gonna hop up.
Yeah,
Take space.
Be like Lines.
Lines here.
Here's the thing about Lines. He's a little too aggro, but I feel like his understanding of space is actually quite good.
He's definitely a person that plays a lot of main tank, and at the
And
very
he
least
understands-
thinks about it.
He understands what he needs to do on main tank.
And he sees him. He very much sees himself as a disruption tool. At points, it's a bit too aggro, but he's definitely like,
A little suicidal.
I disrupt, I claim space, and that's the main tank's job.
And he knows how to do it.
Diva chasing me left side.
I like how patient you stage there,
Okay, hold on.
Tex, as we talked about in our one-on-one. God, that sounded so corporate. I need to throw up real quick.
Uh,
Dude, what's wrong with
we
me?
talked about in our one-on-one. Well,
And a half.
I'm gonna wash
Rally,
Office Space
I
again.
need to do more prepping.
I'm back now. Ooh.
Help with Winston. Gregson backline.
That brig is
Where?
going ham.
That brig. Hey, she got antied. Hey, she died.
Okay.
That was a solo queue brig right there.
Junk one.
Whoa, we got the pistol out. Whoa.
that was a pretty decent Valk too. Like the Valk was like probably 60% of why you
We got Speed Racer over here.
Junk one.
Meow.
But you zoom back out and then here. Okay, you go back in for your tanks.
Yeah, he's going in and out.
Thank you.
Then you stay in the bubble. Look at you. Look at that.
Yeah.
See, I don't even know.
Trying to get lines over there.
I don't even know if you did that on purpose, but you purposely did not go like through the room on the top, and that was smart.
Oh my god, I can't believe that Genji killed both of you.
Unlucky.
Oh my god.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh,
Was that off by Anti-Nade?
No,
that was
so
off of me missing
not
80
so
shots on
tags
the baby diva.
so tags and lines. There was a baby diva and an Anna. Both of them were at 1, and then there's Genji that was also retreating. Sorry, tags. Tags misses 2.5 clips on both 1 HP targets. Line comes to finish them off. The Genji just looks at tags, right clicks him, and one-shots him, and then somehow also kills lines.
Damn.
Yeah.
Moon play cart. Moon play cart. I got healing.
Like I'm flying in to help them, and then suddenly they're dead.
That's the definition of oof.
Who's gonna be going up top?
Well, welcome to the Mercy Life. I like this image
Peter
of
missed
the
the
1
fucking
HP,
jet.
the 1 HP diva, the diva pellets though.
Yeah.
They are now 1.5 HP diva pellets. Okay, Moon. Why?
Thank you, Huff.
Oh shoot!
I have Nana for this fight.
You're down by supports. Just wait. Don't use it. Don't use it. Do not use any ults. Back out.
It's a good call.
Where were you, Moon?
On the right side of the cart. He was on the
Yeah,
cart.
he's
In front of the car. He's in the bubble.
Yeah.
You're in the
But here's, I mean, so he gets stunned in the bubble. But here's the thing, right? So like, even though you're pushing the cart, like you just saw your entire front line die.
Yeah.
As Anna, you actually, unless your team is spawn camping the other team, like maybe not that extreme, but
That
you know what I mean? It's
situation,
like-
you kind of like read it and you're like, oh, they might actually
You need to-
recontest.
like they're gonna come back in and you need to back the fuck out, because like imagine if you're set up like around this corner or something where you can see where is their Anna? I can't tell.
There, Anna is right here.
There,
Make it
yeah.
a different color.
So
Hold up.
see where her front line is and where she is, and the fact that she can support them and basically you guys can't do shit about it. Like that's kind of where you want to be, especially if you know that you're down. Like you guys need to start kind of like, in order to maintain the space that you have without getting completely dunked. And so it's kind of like you're stalling. Basically what you're doing is you're stalling for line and tags to come back. So Burger's going to be doing all the stalling, basically. And you just need to kind of like touch and go, and both of you just pocket the ever-living shit out of him, and hopefully Cater kills someone and helps equalize numbers.
Yep. Burger just needs to live, or at least live long enough. He has Diva Bomb, so he gets to bomb. Hopefully he'll remech. And yeah.
And so basically you rely on Burger and his ult to stall as long as you can. So, and hopefully Cater's getting picks in the meantime. And then by the time lines and tags come back, you're up in numbers again. And the key point to all of that is that neither of you can die.
Mm-hmm. Another tool you have for that situation too is
Nano
Anti-Nade.
and Anti-Nade, yeah. But also Nano to help keep Burger up.
Back out or die. Back out or die.
Don't die.
You guys missed
But
the
that's still a
Cater
good call
jump.
though. Oh, nice shot.
Nice.
That was a nice shot.
We can use this pick now.
With his back. And then
Alright, I'll
Elysian
initiate with
builds his ult. Now you have 6 ults.
So this is really funny.
A little ballsy against the Widow.
I'm gonna have
you know?
Valk this next fight. 80%.
I died break by
That Brig's got balls,
Never mind.
but it's also a Brig, so you'll never kill her.
Uh,
Hey! You didn't actually stick her, but
She
definitely
thought that it was
Ready,
in the
ready to go.
house.
Push this kid.
Yeah.
it was a 2 blink like 180 stick. It was the sweetest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah. Emoji Pro.
Yeah.
I'm trapped, I'm trapped, I'm trapped, I'm
Diva
trapped.
on me,
It's
Winston.
okay.
Steven, Winston on me.
C9, C9, C9.
Help, 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 help.
There was one you tried to land on a Zarya that I openly laughed.
Cater,
There's a lot of them like
it's totally fine that you totally got ganked by 2 tanks because they C9'd.
Winston, AT, Going up top.
Them's the breaks. But look at this thing. He's won and he's anti-nated. Look at how easy that is.
She's in her back line, stop.
Ready, ready, ready. Go! And then leave the baby. Leave the baby.
Just
leave
pile
the
on the
baby.
diva.
Alright. Oh, she's suicided.
Unlucky.
Hey, look at the
Okay,
baby.
alright,
Look at the
Valkyrie.
diva
We have
doing
bomb
diva
primal.
things like she
Use
should.
primal to try to boot people into
Like killing yourself.
Killing herself.
Ideally.
That's a smart diva thing to do.
Get monkey. Get monkey.
Listen by himself.
Monkey anti. Monkey anti.
What's hard talking?
Oh my god, he got antied and he got killed. Fascinating.
I'm zoning him out.
Oh god, he's good.
Oh, that's a good primal.
Yeah, very nice primal.
That's a good valve too, because now you can res.
Oh, nice.
That's like the primal I dream of.
You live.
Oh my god, they're anti-nated. Oh my god, 2 of them got killed.
Ooh, almost
Sport
super.
line, sport line.
Oh my god, that bomb was for no reason.
Oh my god, you're so stupid.
That bomb
Go,
was
go,
that
go.
bomb was a bit excessive, yeah.
Support lines. Go
It
in.
does zone out the Junkrat.
With
Junk-
So this Junkrat's contesting point.
Keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward.
Tags almost dies to him.
Good job,
Yeah,
Burger.
legit.
Moon, I just.
I hate Junkrat
Yeah,
now.
you did.
Then I think here, okay, so you went for you try to get the stick on the Genji, and I think you were just like a second too late.
I also brought it up to him. I think he could have done because he had pulse bomb here. He knows Brig is beelining toward the cart.
Yeah, just like
Just
pulse
stick her.
the- or just pulse the cart too, because she probably would have run into it.
Yeah. But I think if she's just walking in a straight line at it, not paying attention to you
Yeah.
because she literally can't.
Yeah, and then also if you do that, is wasted completely.
Kill the brig.
Dinked her.
Oh my god, you guys got antied.
I know, I'm anti.
Get up, get up, get up, get up.
Oh my god, one of you died from it. Fascinating.
Also, wait, where was Moon when he died?
Moon was frontlining.
Like, I literally just pointed this out, so I don't want to like. But do you see why this is problematic? Like, how many times? Is he old enough to drink yet? I don't think he is.
No.
He's gonna make
Definitely not old enough. I think half the team is not old enough to drink
I
yet.
was going to suggest
Guys,
that
I
he
feel
take
old
a
enough.
shot. I was going to suggest that he take a shot every time he dies to frontlining.
Shut up, apple juice, right?
Works too. You'll never drink apple
Get him
juice.
some, like,
You're gonna hate apple juice for the rest of your life.
Half of us is old enough to drink, the other half is old enough to have to get their fingers stuck up their butt at the doctor.
Pretty
yeah.
much.
Wow.
The gap.
It's true.
It's a view into our lives.
But actually,
Get ready for that, by the way, Eli.
now that I think about it, Dragon, the next time you die a lot, I'm your team, I'm gonna make you take shots every time you do it.
my play's gonna go downhill fast.
Oh, hey, on the last VOD review before holiday break,
They got loose.
we should do a drinking game
Tire.
for like the last map we review or something.
I'm done.
Oh,
I killed it.
Look around.
Tire, I don't know what he was doing with this tire. Like, who did he try to kill with it?
We can win. We can win.
Where did he do the tire from?
He went all the way back.
He did it from
around
spawn.
The back,
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
and then he,
The tire came from spawn, but like he like
instead of blowing Tegs up, when Tegs went in to shoot at it, he decided to take it on another long trip.
Yeah,
Yep.
he
I
thought
also
he'd
want
be
to point out
sneaky.
that it
Go.
took me
Almost had Valk.
3 clips on
I
me
think
on that
you
again.
died, yeah, you died.
yeah. It took you forever to kill that Anna, and then you just die because you waste so many resources killing her.
The tracking
Valk 90, Valk 90, Valk
Shit
95,
happens, dog.
97, popping Valk, go!
Good shot.
Rose tags, rosing tags, we can win, we win. Win this, go the Moira.
It's good call outs.
Monkey one.
Like, you guys are actually doing really well
Monkey,
here, but
monkey.
yeah. But why?
Just don't
Why?
frontline the one.
Look at Burger. Look at Burger's health.
Anna!
That man can sure be topped off.
Monkey. Oh!
Break bubble.
I like the bomb.
Nice bomb. Alright.
Can you let?
That was a weird bomb.
Did we nano mercy that?
Junket sub.
I think so.
Maybe
Oh no.
I think so.
Oh no.
we did. Hey.
And again, Moon. You know how likely? Look at where he is.
Why the fuck are you there?
Can you let?
That's why he died of the bomb. You saw it happen too.
We can win.
Junket sub on the left side.
I'm gonna res moon. Resing moon.
Alright, thank you.
You're purple tags.
Yeah, I'm good.
This is like I don't give no fuck. I have recall because I'm Tracer.
Nice. We can win. We can win.
Kill Lucio. Lucio.
Diva almost had
But say in this situation, it's
wait,
actually
wait.
it's really
We can win.
important for you to land the anti-nade on the other team.
Kill the monkey.
The monkey was 1-2.
It
He was
happens.
bad.
Just kill the back line.
Oh my god!
It's just.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
I forgot how exciting this one was. Holy shit! Everybody was literally one.
Burger literally just sitting there like, yo, what up, boys?
I've aged like 10 years watching this VOD review.
Alright, so do you guys want to mix it up here, or do you want to keep going?
But, yeah.
Yeah,
so
please mix it up. Do something not suicidal.
Those like end fight situations, you really want to make sure, unless like multiple people are gonna die if you don't bionade them, save it for the other team so that you can wipe them out fast because you guys don't have like a big
This goes back to that whole like time to kill thing.
Yeah, and also like you have a widow and a tracer, right? So it's like you don't really have outside of like Diva Bomb, you don't really have like a huge like grab or anything that just ends the fight.
You guys gotta kill him.
That's not what I wanted to pick.
And then you guys decide to play it out, so we'll do the play it out.
We can.
It messed with my head so bad because I was like, I'm almost positive, and then I
Lucio on.
really fucking messed myself. Keep
Most
registering
teams
the same
don't
strat.
play the entire map out.
Yeah, I never.
I almost kind of want to skip this because I remember how this went down.
But in a weird way, it's kind of good practice because you have to like
Yeah, so we gotta get this guy
adjust for the
going a
team.
lot quicker.
It's the 1 minute drill.
Coast, 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 coast.
Yes.
you have so here actually because you only have 1 minute, I would actually consider taking Lucio instead of
Just
like the
speed and-
speed will like the speed just gets you in because like look it's already 10 seconds off the clock. You're not even you're still halfway to the
I'm gonna
point.
go right and try to pick.
Okay, Compson 1.
Man, if we knew that they were running this, obviously we didn't.
Alright.
Dive.
Yeah,
takes.
you're but like the thing is like you're never gonna know what they're running.
No, yeah, of course.
I'm sorry,
I'm just thinking about the comp that would have smashed them.
He can die.
Good goats.
Nade.
Careful of the Reaper. Careful of the Reaper.
Dive goats.
Monkey's on your back line. Monkey's on your back line.
Monkey, stop behind. Monkey, stop behind.
Who woke up Monkey?
But it's like Borgar.
Careful of the Reaper. Careful of the Reaper. Monkey's on your
Just
back
you
line,
leave
Monkey's
that
on your back
monkey
line.
asleep so
You
that
leave
you can
him.
kill him.
You leave him.
I don't think Burger will. I think it's somebody else.
Also, there's that Anna still sitting on high ground, perfectly safe, and just healing the monkey anyway. Like you're not
Oh,
gonna
wake
kill
him
him.
up!
Yeah.
Kill the monkey! Okay, get out now, get out now.
We have
15 seconds.
Oh, shit.
And that's the end. That's the end.
And that's all she wrote. It wasn't much. It was very short, but it's all she wrote.
I would say either bring Lucio or
Go,
bring
Gator, go!
Zen.
Yeah! Gator that anti-nade! Hey!
It's the one acceptable time for her to jump down from her post.
Oh, she did get stunned by the McCree.
She did get some by McCree. That was pretty dumb.
Wanna play cheese?
That was a good sleep on the
What's your
Winston too.
definition of cheese?
That was a really good sleep on the Winston too. Like
No.
I don't know what DJ Bear's talking about.
This is getting.
What do you guys want me to play?
Just keep playing Winston. Mobility. It's just.
What, you think he was being sarcastic?
It's not. One day.
Thank you.
also that was that was a good call, Tags.
Yeah, I know it's lines and like he's just a sub. It's hard because it's again like we don't want you guys to get like concerned about like the results of a scrim, and we want you to eventually like the goal is like to learn this comp and then be able to
How to
take this
play
to
it.
other maps and stuff like that. I mean,
Well, also learn this comp, learn this map, and also learn how to play this comp against whatever the other team brings out.
yeah.
I remember this and I was like, no, stay Winston.
This is
What are you
this is
doing?
what happens when you're concerned about scrim bucks.
Yeah.
Free J Mix.
You get
It's
weird.
fine. Like Arisa is
100 coupons in my backpack. I'm gonna eat them.
defense, not the worst thing that you could do. Ryan would have been
Solid.
worse.
I work next door to a J-Bikes, and I've only had it once.
They're only good at
You
my
can
store.
kind of work around an Arisa with the comp that you're running.
Yeah.
Underneath?
shoot.
Underneath again?
Yeah, underneath.
Yeah, they're
Okay. No, they're right here.
Dive with Widow. Moira, Moira, Ana, Winston.
Good job eating
Diva.
the orb burger.
They're probably going coast.
No, they're pushing close.
Yeah, coast, coast, coast,
Yes,
coast.
Tracer's coast. Monkey, Diva, they're all coast.
I'd have been able to boot someone off there.
Beware of dive.
One of you would
Widow,
boot.
yeah, she's still coming up top.
Monkey, 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 by
To the monkey,
himself.
to the monkey, to the monkey.
Sorry,
I got
Diva's living
cut
up
off.
top.
I'm gonna
I
die, I'm
should
gonna die, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
die.
get picked.
How'd you end up over there?
I got.
That sucks for you, Elysian.
Yep. Because basically here my route of escape was to Moon, and there's a Tracer right there, to Burger and Mines, but there's a Winston right there, and then so I was just kind of running trying to get away.
You're
Cut off, I'm
fucked.
gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm
Yeah.
I'm
gonna
gonna
die.
get picked.
Winston killed
You're
himself?
I'm picked.
And like, look how like free their Widowmaker is.
And this is like
The
Yeah, no.
the thing that went wrong is that you guys got forced off the high ground with an Orisa whose job usually is to stay stationary in one place. If she gets like forced off an advantageous position like that, you just like push into her, push into the rest of the team, and it all falls apart.
so honestly, I would say especially if Cater is going to be setting up on this left side, if you guys do run Arisa on defense for what I feel like Arisa should be up there instead.
Yeah.
She's not going to be contesting the point. She should just be over there because they actually have to travel to push her, whereas here they just walk into you.
Yeah. Or they like walk underneath you and then like all of a sudden Orisa has to like relocate herself and it's just like
And like, look at how awkward his positioning is, and like, how is he going to shield this Widow? You know what I mean? Like, if Cater gets a shield, this Widow cannot stay here. She
Yeah.
dies.
Widow literally becomes like a useless pick at that point because like everyone like stays behind a shield. You have someone beefy like Diva. You just hard pocket Diva and Diva's like stalls the point.
Pretty much.
Yeah. This was and again like I'm not gonna like harp on it too much just because it was a sub tank and this wasn't in the plan.
But the thing is, like, this is a perfectly viable comp to play if you need to play it. And then these are the things that you have to think about if you're going to run Arisa instead of a Winston on this map.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is precisely what makes it difficult to run, like, anything except Winston on this map. But, on the upside, like I said, right, it's just like, if Arisa's shield is up here, and you guys, like, Ana and Widow just play, this Widow does, like, jack shit.
Diva's 18. Diva's low and mech. Diva's out of mech.
I was screaming at my TV. Call out the window. Call her
Oh,
up.
I'm
Diva's in our back. Diva's in our back.
I think you even put that in chat at some point, or maybe that was like
I
Hanamura.
did. No, not a Murray. I did for sure. I was pretty frustrated with that one.
That bomb was
Not gonna
unfortunate.
lie.
Not as unfortunate as the one off the
Oh
cliff.
boy.
This Widow is okay. Finally dies a million years
Nano
later.
monkey?
It's like literally half for like
Oh,
almost all of that.
That was super dumb.
I almost have nano.
You actually didn't need to because this is what I mean. Like Lines is actually contesting really well because he's on the smallest corner of the space that he needs to be on.
And he's
So,
shield
like, all
dancing
you had to
rather
do-
well.
All you had to do was pocket him and not go in.
Why'd you go in, man?
Contesting point. You have two tanks. Like if you're on support, you don't need to. Like the tanks should be.
It's like we tell the DPS too, where it's like if your tanks are established on a point and it's like one of these like Fiesta situations, their job should be to like immediately go harass like backline or like the supports or like something that's either pumping in damage or keeping the team alive that's not on the point. For supports, it's kind of like a similar situation where once your tanks are established on a point and they're holding it there, you should not be risking yourself, but you should be supporting them as much as you can.
Like either moving to somewhere safe or just staying somewhere safe so that you can support them without getting ganked. Your primary goal is to stay alive at that point, because the longer that you live, the less likely the other team wins.
Yep. The longer you live, the more support your tanks get. The more support your tanks get, the longer they stay alive. Hopefully, your respawns catch up.
Yep, and the other team supports die.
It's a circle of stall.
Hamanama, sheepanama,
Yeah. Any questions? Additional
Comments, concerns.
Not about the VOD review, but are we still gonna start scrimming on Sundays? Was that still the plan?
It was Tuesdays.
I thought we said like Sunday and then like another day to practice also.
Yeah, Tuesdays would be a
Tuesday.
no-go for me on
I think
scrimming.
the Tuesday would be the practice day because we wanted to scrim on Sunday because Sunday was going to be when UGC matches would happen.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Sorry, I didn't think about that for a minute.
And did we figure out what time Tuesdays?
When I played
It was gonna
UGC,
be
my
late.
matches were Sundays at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
All right.
Give or take like an hour and a half either way.
But we're not gonna do it tomorrow, obviously. But if everyone's down with it, I'll post it in Discord just to make sure everyone's like aware of the new schedule, and then we can start doing that probably next week.
Okay. And then like I said, like Tuesdays it would have to be like fairly late for me. But like literally every other day besides Tuesday, Thursday, I'm pretty free. And then I can try to get those swapped too.
I think the main issue with other days is Elysian is not free on Wednesdays.
Correct. I mean,
I thought you were saying Elysian's a child.
after this week,
He's a child on a fucking ski team.
Hey, I'm not doing ski team anymore. It costs like $500. I don't have $500.
Nice.
The fact that you skied in the first place is kind of suspicious of that idea that you don't have $500.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
bro.
I don't have $500 extra that I can just throw into ski team there.
That's what they did with me when I learned drums. Oh, you want to keep learning drums? You need to buy this drum set. Oh, can I buy this drum set from the pawn shop? That's cheaper? No, you gotta buy ours. It's like $1,000. Go fuck yourself. My dream was dead.
I was gonna say, yeah. So I'll post it again for Tuesday. It sounds like most of the team will be there, but maybe not everyone. So I think
I get out of work super late, but if y'all are still going, I'll try to hop in.
So I think let's figure out what that means and what you guys are down to do, but just making sure that people take it as seriously as a scrim and actually show up, because it sucks if half the team just doesn't show.
Mm-hmm. And
yeah.
that's the important thing too. It's like making 100% sure we can all commit to UGC. Signups are very, very, very soon. So
I am
and those are
100% good for the Sunday nights. No problem.
Yeah, those are Sunday and Saturday nights, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mostly
yeah,
Sunday night, unless a team has a weird schedule and we have to push to Saturday or some shit.
Okay. Yeah. So I start my new job this week, but the place closes at 2, so I should be free.
Alright, dope.
Cool. So that said, we are currently planning to enter the next round of UGC. If there are other tournaments that you're interested in, let me know and I can take a look at them. Want to give UGC treat UGC as the first test, see how everyone feels and get into the rhythm of it.
On a related note,
first match gets super toxic and yell at each other.
On a related note, I do need you guys to sign up on the UGC website so I can actually form the team.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I will do that
So
fucking now.
I will put a link in this team chat right here.
Yoink. Yoink.
tag everybody, and then please sign up so you can actually compete. And then in terms of like, I will say, I think you guys have, you know, obviously improved a lot since we started. In terms of other stuff, just, you know, obviously be aware you're going into a tournament. Whatever result you're hoping for, work towards it. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to win it, work on your mechanics and put yourselves in position. And like, if you just want it as practice, that is totally perfectly fine too. Just like, you know,
We in it to win it, 100%.
get out of it.
So
And,
question. Oh, go ahead. Never mind. Sorry.
What is your question?
Just wondering why UGC wants to know my StarCraft 2 profile.
They just want your
Curious.
BattleNet.
Doesn't say anything about Overwatch, but WoW and all that, you know.
They think you're a better StarCraft player.
Oof. Unlucky. I have
That says a lot about my Overwatch play.
Also, like how it says my favorite heroes are Mercy, Lucio, and Ana.
Oof.
Don't think that's right.
Hey, you are playing Brig now, so.
But she's not my favorite. She's actually my least favorite. I hate Brig. Especially because I can't stun shatter. Makes it even worse.
Oof.
Leave.
Alright.
Okay.
We all good?
Yep.
Yep.
I guess I'm already signed in there, so.
Awesome. Class dismissed.